సో దాంట్లో జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ వచ్చిందా? ఓకే, నో ఇష్యూ. సో in that college we are going to learn only basics. So here we are going to deep dive into it. So how it is going to work. Okay. So I have started recording it. Yeah. So here, so already we are familiar with HTML, CSS. So are we able to create this structure? We are able to create. So whenever we are going to create or develop web applications or web pages, so definitely it should give a proper response to the client. Okay. So without this response, so there is no use of developing that web page. సో మనం ఏదైనా వెబ్ పేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసామంటే అది ఖచ్చితంగా క్లయింట్తో ఇంటరాక్షన్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా? సో ఇంటరాక్షన్ క్రియేట్ చేయకుండా స్టాటిక్గా ఉంది అంటే జస్ట్ డేటా డిస్ప్లే చేస్తుంది. సో దానివల్ల పెద్దగా యూజ్ ఉండదు. సో డెఫినెట్లీ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు వర్క్ విత్ దట్ పర్టిక్యులర్ web page by interacting with that. So if I just click on continue, okay, so immediately what it is suggesting, invalid email address. So okay, so here we can just achieve these things using HTML also. Okay, so patterns use chesi, so it creates it. Just assume, so here it is basic example. Just assume, so there will be proper email ID, then again I have entered wrong password. Okay, na? So email ID correct ga ichchanu, password wrong icha. So then how it is going to display? Same. So there will be wrong in password or user ID. So ఇలా ఎర్రర్ మెసేజ్ వస్తుందా? సో అదే ఎలా వస్తుందంటే, so it is going to create request to the server, and from the server it is going to request to the database whether this user credentials are valid or not. So if it is invalid, it is going to immediately display that invalid message. So it already discussed చేసాము. So to create this particular request from this button, so button వచ్చేసి HTML ఇన్సెస్ చేసాం, కానీ బటన్ క్లిక్ చేస్తే ఆ రిక్వెస్ట్ రైజ్ చేయాలి అంటే జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ ఖచ్చితంగా దీంట్లో ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసి ఉండాలి. ఓకేనా? సో దట్ జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు help to us to create interactive or dynamic web pages. So to create dynamic web pages, this JavaScript will plays major role. Clear? Done. So first, if someone asks what is the purpose of JavaScript, first we need to mention dynamicness to create web pages in more dynamic. Okay, so that is what we are going to use JavaScript. So earlierly, or else, so is JavaScript is only works on front end, or in it will only runs on browser. So JavaScript only front end create చేయడానికేనా, లేదు ఇది ఓన్లీ బ్రౌజర్ లోనే వర్క్ అవుతుందా? అంతేనా? So yes, earlier it is yes, but now so JavaScript is used to create servers also. Okay, so Node.js. Okay, so now popular courses, okay, stacks, Marin stack, mean stack. So these are the things is built on top of Node.js. Okay, so we are going to use Node.js to create servers. But earlierly, before 2010, okay, so JavaScript is used only to create client side. Okay, so front end create cheyadaniki matrame JavaScript use chestunam, but now we are able to use JavaScript to create backend as well. Okay, so with the database MongoDB. Okay, so MERN stands for MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, Node.js. Okay, so if it is mean, AngularJS, the same. Okay, na? So now we are going to start with JavaScript. Before that, just recap chestunam. So what are the technologies we are going to use to create UI? So ఏమేమి యూస్ చేయాలి? So UI or front end. So what are the technologies? HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So HTML, CSS, we are already done. Okay. So now JavaScript. So if you are familiar with these three, so we are going to complete or else we are going to learn React.js or AngularJS or Vue.js. Okay, anyone from this frameworks. Okay, so we are going to start with this JavaScript. So then again, server will build on top of which languages? So Python or Java, Node.js, .NET, PHP, so like this. Okay. So then again, database. Okay. So now I'm going to enter here. So what is the client side interface? So server to communicate అవ్వాలి. So server తో డైరెక్ట్ గా కమ్యూనికేట్ అవుతామా? లేదు. Okay, we are not able to communicate directly with this server or with database. So if we are able to communicate with directly database, so it is insecure. Okay, hackers will easily steal our data. Okay, so here browser we are going to use. Okay, so inside this browser www.instagram.com. So this particular URL will be converted into IP address. Okay, so DNS already చెప్పానా? So DNS is the one, so which is software domain network system. So this is the one which is going to convert this URL path into IP address. So then browser is going to look for that address, server address. So if that server address is found, then it is going to start interacting with database. If that data is available, it is going to pull that data to the server, from the server to the front end. Okay, so what is this address? Server address. Okay, so if I need to send a request, so I need to get that address. ఎక్కడికి నేను రిక్వెస్ట్ సెండ్ చేయాలనే అడ్రస్ కావాలి కదా నాకు. సో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం ఏదైనా ఫ్రెండ్కి గిఫ్ట్ పాస్ చేయాలనుకోండి, సెండ్ చేయాలి. సో అడ్రస్ తెలిస్తేనే కదా పాస్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా? సో అలా ప్రతి సర్వర్కి ఒక అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ దట్ అడ్రస్, దట్ రెస్పెక్టివ్ అడ్రస్ విల్ బి ట్రిగర్డ్. ఓకే, సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ అవర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఏ యూఆర్ఎల్ పాత్ అయితే ఇస్తామో, ఒక్కొక్క యూఆర్ఎల్ పాత్కి ఒక్కొక్క డొమైన్కి ఒక్కొక్క ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఐపీ అడ్రస్ కి ట్రిగర్ అవుతుంది రిక్వెస్ట్. ఓకే, సో దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు గెట్ బ్యాక్ రెస్పాన్స్. ఓకే, ఆ రెస్పాన్స్ లో HTML డాక్యుమెంట్ ఉంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు లోడ్ దట్ డేటా. క్లియర్? సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ ఇట్ విల్ వర్క్స్. సో ఆల్రెడీ వీ హ్యావ్ డిస్కస్డ్ దిస్, ఐ థింక్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ రిక్వెస్ట్, ఓకే, ఫ్రమ్ client side to server. So server to database. So server will be located in distance places. Okay, so it might be any foreign countries. Okay, so it is going to get that data. So if it is Instagram, I need to get one post, okay, in my profile. So I'm going to get that post. Okay, so this is how it will works. Okay, web application will works. So just basic. So introduction to JS. So what is the extension? Dot JS. So it is fine, but whenever we are working with backend, okay, or else only working with JavaScript, but we are working on front end. Okay, so we are going to wrap this JavaScript inside the HTML. Okay, so here tag h1. So hello JS developer. So whatever you have loaded inside this body, so it is going to display in our document. Antena. So if I just load it script tag. So here I am going to mention console.log. So hello, done. So this is the printing statement in JavaScript. Okay, console.log. We are able to see this output in console prompt. Okay. Whenever you are going to load scripting language in your HTML document, we need to wrap that scripting language in our, script tag in our HTML document. So inside the script tag, we are going to load entire our scripting. Clear? So now, so what is JS అంటే ఒక ఐడియా వచ్చిందా? So what is JS? So JavaScript is used to create dynamic web pages. Okay. So then again, it is scripting language. Okay. So what is difference between scripting language and programming language? So, okay. So scripting languages are interpreter languages. Okay. And coming to the C, C++, Java, these are compiler languages. So then what is difference between interpreter and compiler? So any idea? So JavaScript is scripting language. So what is scripting language? Scripting language is nothing but interpreter programming language. Okay. So what is interpreter? So if I have set of lines of code, okay, so just assume 10 lines of code. So interpreter is going to execute line by line. So first line will be converted into machine understandable code or language. Then next it is going to come to the next line. Okay. So whatever the code you have written, it is human readable code. So మనం రాసాం కాబట్టి మనకు అర్థం అవుతుంది. So machine will never ever understand this language. So it will only understand binary language, which is zeros and ones, CPU. Okay. So CPU will understand only binary language. So first line will be converted into zeros and ones. So then it is completed, then it is going to come to the second line. The second line, it is going to so it is going to complete. Okay, so it is going to convert same zeros and ones. So then it is going to process what I need to do with that line. Okay, so first line lo manam print chestam anukondi. So it will understand. So I need to print this statement. So it is going to print. Then next line. So next line lo manam em requirement. So it is going to convert. Same line by line is going to execute. So when it comes to the compiler, so what this compiler is going to do? So entire 10 lines is going to execute in single shot. Okay. Okkasari execute అవుతుంది. So comparing to interpreter, compiler is faster. Okay. So comparing to interpreter, compiler is faster. But now advanced JavaScript is introduced. So JIT, just in time compiler, which is advanced interpreter and compiler. Okay, so both will be supports. Clear? So what is interpreter? It is going to translate human readable code to machine code. Okay, so it is line by line execution. So just it will act as mediator. Okay, so example, so Narendra Modi just reached the, okay, so he need to communicate with that Japan Prime Minister. So our Prime Minister will never ever familiar with Japanese language. Okay. So in between these two prime ministers, there will be one person who is going to translate Japanese to English. Okay. So then again, whatever this Narendra Modi is discussing, this will be converted into their understandable language. Okay. So in ఏమన్నా మాట్లాడితే దీన్ని ఒక స్టేట్మెంట్ ని ఆయనకి అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తారు. దానికి రెస్పాన్స్ మళ్ళీ ఆయన ఏం మాట్లాడతాడు దాన్ని మళ్ళీ కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తారు. అర్థమైందా? సో లేదు మొత్తం స్పీచ్ అయిపోయినాక ఒకటేసారి కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తారా? లేదు కదా. సో లైన్ బై లైన్ హీఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు కన్వర్ట్. సిమిలర్లీ హియర్ Interpreter is the one which is going to convert our entire JavaScript code. Okay. So line by line into machine understandable language. Clear, right? Done. So now, is there any relationship between JavaScript and Java? Any idea on it? Is there any relationship between JavaScript and Java? Idea on the? Okay. So JavaScript and Java both are completely different. Okay. So this JavaScript was introduced in 1995 by Brendan Eich. Okay. So he is the father of JavaScript. Okay. So he has introduced in 1995. So he has named it LiveScript. So LiveScript. Okay. So the first name for JavaScript is LiveScript. Okay. So on that time, whenever you have introduced this JavaScript, on that time, Java is popular. Okay. So he needs to attract that particular developers to work on this JavaScript. Okay. So then he has just replaced this LiveScript into JavaScript. The name has been replaced. So just he has removed this first name live, then you have replaced it with Java. So then developer will think, so it is also quite similar to Java. So the name is almost similar. So we need to explore on it. So అలా ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపిస్తారు. ఓకే సో దీనికి స్మాల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటంటే క్రాక్స్ ఉన్నాయా ఒరిజినల్ బ్రాండ్. సో ఇన్ అవర్ స్ట్రీట్ సైడ్ దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు రీప్లేస్ ది సేమ్ బ్రాండ్ with the different names, but pronouns of that particular name is almost similar. అలా జావా అప్పట్లో ఒక ఎవర్ గ్రీన్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్. He need to attract that Java developers to use this JavaScript. Okay, so whatever he has developed. So then he has just removed that name LiveScript. He has replaced this JavaScript. So rather than this name, entire thing is different. Okay. సో ఆ నేమ్ జావా నుంచి వచ్చింది అంతేగాని సో జావాకి దీనికి ఏం సంబంధం లేదు. క్లియర్. డన్. సో నౌ సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్. సో JavaScript will be handled by. So ECMA, European Computers Manufacture Association. Okay. So this is the organization which is going to handle this JavaScript. ఇప్పుడు ఏమన్నా అప్డేట్స్ వస్తున్నా సో ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ దిస్ JavaScript is going to evolve. ఓకే సో ప్రతి సంవత్సరానికి అప్డేట్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది. సో నౌ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషన్ సో విచ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు హ్యాండిల్ దిస్ JavaScripts if they are going to remove anything or if they are going to add anything. ఓకే సో ఏదైనా అప్డేట్ చేయాలంటే ECMA script. సో నౌ ECMA is the one which is going to handle this JavaScript. Okay. So the current ES6 version. Okay. Okay, ECMAScript 6, the current version of JavaScript. Okay. So once they have reached this particular organization, so they have replaced this JavaScript. So the name will stay as it is, but this organization is going to release different versions, ES5, ES6, like this. Okay. Clear. So JavaScript is used to create dynamic web pages. It is a scripting language. It is a scripting language. Then again, it is interpreter programming language. Okay, done. So any doubts till this point? Any doubts? No. So total, so in this world, total almost 8,000 programming languages are available. Okay. So along with this, all programming languages. So why JavaScript is popular and it is staying number one to create front end. Okay. So in the country, so JavaScript will supports object-oriented programming language, then again functional programming language, declarative programming language, and again imperative programming language, then interactive programming language. Object-oriented programming language ante everything we are going to wrap inside an object. Okay, so Java is an object-oriented programming language. C++ language. Then again, so what are the object-oriented programming languages? Python will supports oops. Okay, so JavaScript will also supports oops. Then again, functional programming languages. So by using functions, we are going to create. In React, we are going to see. So function uses a code also. Clear. So then again, interactive programming languages. So here you are going to create interactiveness. Okay, descriptive. So everything we are going to write in descriptive only. So which is human readable. So it will be understandable by humans easy to learn. Okay, clear. So then again, it is a dynamic language where we are not going to represent which type of data it is. Okay, dynamic data type. Okay, so we are going to discuss. Done. So whenever you are working with Python, so data type. So whenever you are working with Python, int a equal to 10. Antena? Yes. But here when coming to the JavaScript, directly we can pass a equal to 10. Okay. So dynamically it will understand which type of data that user has been entered or else developer has been assigned to this variable. Okay. We no need to worry about handling that data type. Okay. So same variable, let a equal to, okay, a equal to 10. So a equal to hello. So here the data type of a is number. Here the data type of a is string. So we can just directly update that particular variable. We don't need to worry about it. So, but when coming to the low level languages like C, okay, so we need to declare the data type first, int A. Okay, so int B. Allah, a variable ki first A type of data type. Is now and mundara declare jastam. But when coming to this JavaScript, which is high level and dynamic data type. Okay, so here we are not going to indicate any data types. Okay, the language itself it will understand. Okay. Okay, so in upcoming class, in between that, whenever we are going to explore advanced JavaScript, so on that time we are going to see. So what are the features of JavaScript? Okay, so whoops, then again single threaded. Okay, so dynamic data type. All these things we are going to discuss in upcoming class. So okay, for time being, just try to understand dynamic data type. Okay, interpreter. What is interpreter? So interpreter gani మళ్ళీ advanced JavaScript లో వస్తుంది. Okay, no issue. But try to understand at least basic. What is this JavaScript? Or which type of programming language it is? Okay. So then again, what we have discussed. It will support object-oriented programming language and functional programming language and descriptive or okay. So it will support hoops, functional, imperative, declarative, and so on. So we can just write this all these things in JavaScript. Okay, so it will support hoops, functional, and imperative, declarative. Okay, so whatever it is. Hoops ante already Python అయితే already use చేస్తుంటారు. Okay na? So but in JavaScript, it is not that much powerful. Okay. So in Python or Java, there will be multi-level inheritance. Okay. Encapsulations, all these things. But when coming to the JavaScript, so there will be only single level inheritance. There is no multi-level inheritance. Okay. So then again, so whenever we are going to work with data structures, so there is no complex data structures like, so what they are, a list. Okay. So then again, tuple all these things. Okay. Here, majorly we are going to work on top of arrays and objects. That's it. Clear? And again, it is single thread. So what is difference between single thread and multi-thread? Single thread and multi-thread. So what is multi-thread programming languages or what is multi-thread? Multi-threading. Okay. చెప్పలేదా multi-thread లేదా? So multi-level inheritance. Okay, okay, no issue. So JavaScript will support single threading, means it will handle only one task at a time. Okay, na? So మనం JavaScript use చేసి server గాని create చేసాం అనుకోండి. So that server will handle only one task at a time. Okay. So, but if you have created Java server, okay, which will handle multiple tasks in single time. Okay, clear? Okay. So just try to understand. So what is JavaScript? So when it has been introduced, okay. So Brendan Eich, okay, so he is the father of JavaScript. In 1995, he has introduced. So then try to remember 2015 ki ముందర JavaScript వేరే 2015 after JavaScript is different. Okay. So after 2015, which is advanced JavaScript ES6. Okay. So all advantages like we are able to create classes. Okay. So then again asynchronous JavaScript, all these things. Okay. Methods, advanced methods, anni. Okay na? But early before 2015, it is lightweight. So there is nothing. Okay. So చాలా simple గా ఉండేది. But now it is too advanced. Okay. So now today also they are going to work on it. So year by year they are going to increase their features. Okay now? Done. Clear, right? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? చెప్పేది అర్థం అవుతుందా? ఈరోజు అర్థం అవుతుందా? ఓకే. Done. So I'm going to write basic JavaScript code. Okay. So console.log, hello. So console.log. Yeah. So to see this particular output in browser, so same, however you are running your web page, same. Okay. So inspect. So here, console. Okay. So hello. Yeah. Okay. Clear. So this is how we are going to see output of your JavaScript. If you are wrapping the script in HTML. Okay. So or else if you are directly using JavaScript file here, .js. Okay. So sample.js. Sorry. Console.log JavaScript. So now you need to open terminal. So here, sorry, here, just give me a second. new terminal. Okay. So or else control shift backtick. So tab pine under the similar ఉంది కదా. So backtick. So new terminal will be open. So path correct గా ఉండాలి. So మన ఫైల్ ఏ ఫోల్డర్ లో ఉందో ఆ path ఓపెన్ అయి ఉండాలి. ఓకేనా? సో ఇన్సైడ్ దిస్ node space sample dot js. Okay. So it is going to print that out. Okay. So here to run your code like this. Okay, you need to install node in your system. Okay, so both are working, but the thing is HTML file will works inside the browser. So for every browser there will be JavaScript engine. Okay, so first line చెప్పాను JavaScript line by line execute అవుతుందని చెప్పాను. సో ఇంటర్ప్రిటర్ కదా, సో ఒక లైన్ కంప్యూట్ అయిపోయినాక నెక్స్ట్ లైన్. ఓకే, సో సేమ్ అది ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుందంటే, సో JavaScript engine అని ఉంటుంది for every browser. So Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, so Mozilla, whatever it might be that browser. For every browser, there will be different versions of JavaScript engine. So this is the engine, which is piece of software to translate this JavaScript code into vision understandable language. So interpreter is a part of that JavaScript engine. సో JavaScript engine అనేది ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అనుకోండి. సో దాంట్లో ఇంటర్ప్రిటర్ ఒక పార్ట్. ఈ JavaScript engine కి ఇంకా చాలా టాస్క్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, సో హియర్ సేమ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద గూగుల్ క్రోమ్ contains the JavaScript engine version which is V8. So V8 JS engine. So same JavaScript V8 engine is used to create Node.js. Okay, so Node ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతుందంటే Node.js is used. So inside this Node.js they have used V8 JavaScript engine. So whatever Google has been introduced that version 8, so same అదే version JavaScript engine ని యూజ్ చేసి Node.js క్రియేట్ చేశారు. ఓకేనా? సో ఇది రన్ టైం. ఓకే, సో దిస్ Node.js will execute outside the browser. బ్రౌజర్ లేకపోయినా కానీ వర్క్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా? విచ్ ఈస్ సర్వర్ సైడ్, నాట్ క్లయింట్ సైడ్. when coming to the client side, so V8 in Google Chrome browser లోనే అవుట్పుట్ చూస్తాం. సో ఇక్కడ ఓకే, సో ఇట్ విల్ వర్క్స్ ఆన్ సేమ్ JavaScript engine. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు ఒక బైక్ ఉంది అనుకోండి. ఓకేనా? సో దానికి ఒక ఇంజిన్ ఉంది. సో ఆ బైక్ కి ఆ ఇంజిన్ సేమ్ అదే ఇంజిన్ కాపీ చేసి నేను బయట అవుట్ సైడ్ బైక్ కనెక్ట్ చేయకుండా నార్మల్ గా వర్క్ చేస్తే వర్క్ అవుతుందా? సేమ్ ఫ్యూయల్ ఇస్తే వర్క్ అవుతుందా? సో బైక్ లో ఇంజిన్ ఏం చేస్తుంది? ఫ్యూయల్ తీసుకొని, సో ఇట్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ టు కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ ఎనర్జీ. సేమ్ ఫ్యూయల్ నేను అదే ఇంజిన్ తీసుకొని సేమ్ ఫ్యూయల్ ఇస్తే ఎనర్జీ జనరేట్ చేస్తారా? బైక్ కనెక్ట్ చేయకపోయినా కానీ చేస్తుందా? చేయదా? చేస్తుంది. Google has introduced that V8 engine. So they same V8 engine they have just take a copy. So they have created Node.js. Okay na? So ante. So Node.js వచ్చేసి బ్రౌజర్ కి సంబంధం లేదు, సర్వర్ సైడ్ రన్ అవుతుంది. సో when coming to the Google browser is client side. సో బ్రౌజర్ లోనే మనం అవుట్పుట్ చూస్తాం. క్లియర్? సో ఇక్కడ బ్రౌజర్ లో చూసామా? సో బ్రౌజర్ కి దీనికి అసలు సంబంధమే లేదు. ఓకేనా? సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్. సో బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే ఇలా. ఓకేనా? Node.js ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకొని ఉండాలి కన్ఫామ్ గా, లేదంటే చూడలేము అవుట్పుట్. క్లియర్? చూద్దాం. సో నౌ so to create variable in JavaScript, so there will be small syntax. Okay, so keyword space variable name. So assignment operator value. So statement end. So it is not mandatory, but in other languages it is mandatory, but here it is not mandatory. Okay, so keyword variable name value. okay, which is going to assign to this variable. Okay, so what is this keyword? So where is keyword? Okay, so where is keyword? So A is equal to 5. Okay, so we need to follow this keywords. Okay, it is mandatory. Okay, so whenever you are going to declare variables in this JavaScript, you need to assign that variable with keyword. Okay, so there will be total 3 keywords. So first one is where. Okay, so second one let, third one const. Okay, so let and const we are going to discuss. So don't get confused. సో చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తా మూడిటికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఓకేనా సో అదొక్క ఎగ్జాంపులే కాదు ఇంకా కొంచెం డెప్త్కి వెళ్తే ఇంకా కొంచెం డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది సో ఫర్ టైమ్ బీయింగ్ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డిస్కస్ బేసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఓకే సో వేర్ ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు 5 సో సేమ్ console.log ఏ సో వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సీ దిస్ అవుట్పుట్ ఓకే రీలోడ్ చేయాలి ఖచ్చితంగా ఓకేనా సో ఇన్ కేస్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లైవ్ no issue. So if it is not, we need to reload every time. Okay, so done. So it is going to get this output. So now A is equal to, so JavaScript. I have updated that A value, or else where A equal to JavaScript. There is no error. Okay, so error ఏమైనా ఉందా లేదు అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది క్లియర్ let A equal to 5. Okay, so same output is coming. So then again where A equal to Java. So what is that error? A is already declared. So whenever you have created a variable with where keyword, it will support redeclaration. Okay, so then again reassignment. Okay, reassignment. So when coming to the let keyword, it will support reassignment, but it won't support redeclaration. Okay na? So ఒకసారి డిక్లేర్ చేసామంటే వేర్ కీవర్డ్ తోటి మళ్ళీ రీడిక్లరేషన్ ఇస్ పాసిబుల్ సో వేర్ సో ఇట్ ఈస్ డిక్లరేషన్ where A equal to 5. Okay, it is declaration of variable in JavaScript. So same variable name will support redeclaration. Redeclaration is possible whenever that variable name is declared with where keyword. Okay, so next second time where పెట్టాల్సింది అవసరం లేదు let అయినా పెట్టచ్చు. Okay, anyway, so whenever you have created a variable with where keyword, it will support redeclaration and reassignment. So it is redeclaration. Again, same a variable ni second time redeclare చేస్తున్నాను నేను, but this time value is different. Okay, so you can just take different values. So different data type, no issue. Okay, so anyway, I am redeclaring it again. So again, it will support reassignment. Okay, so A equal to 20. So this time what is A value? 20. Okay, so redeclaration will also support. Sorry. So with where. So అక్కడ hoisting work అవుతుంది. No issue. So here it is accepting value which is redeclaring is supporting. Okay, so whenever I have created variable with let, so ఇక్కడే కనిపిస్తుందా అండర్లైన్ వస్తుంది అక్కడే ఇక్కడ ఏకి వస్తుందా okay so immediately it is not supporting. So whenever you have declared a variable with let keyword, it won't support redeclaration, but it will support reassignment. Okay. Update it. It is going to get clear. So when coming to the const, so guess chestara. So it won't support reassignment and redeclaration. It is fixed. So once if you have declared a variable with const keyword, so const and a keyword to mana variable declare chesamante, so that value is fixed. It has been not modified in upcoming. Okay. So if I try to modify it, assignment to const variables, type error. Okay. So we are not able to update whenever you have created a variable with const. So basic, ఇది basic difference. Clear? Clear. So ఇంకా కొన్ని ఉన్నాయి differences. So upcoming we will understand one by one. Okay. So if I have created a variable with the same. So where? So hoisting console.log a. Okay. So what will be the output? Undefined. Okay. But it is not error. Okay. Let. It is an error. Okay, just keyword మార్చాను ఇంకేం చేంజెస్ చేయలేదు ఓకేనా సో లైన్ బై లైన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ అని చెప్పానా సో వేర్ కీవర్డ్ తో మనం డిక్లేర్ చేసినప్పుడు సో ఇట్ వోంట్ క్రియేట్ ఎనీ ఎర్రర్ సో కన్సోల్ డాట్ లాగ్ ఏ అంటే ఏ ఉందా లేదా చెక్ చేస్తుంది ఓకేనా సో ఎనీవే పైన ఏ లేదు కానీ నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ ఏ is available, it is going to create global space. Okay, so we are going to discuss. So this is nothing but hoisting. Okay, so let and const is going to raise an error. Okay, whenever you are calling that variables on top of it before declaration of that particular variable, if you are calling that variables, let and const are going to raise an errors. Where is not going to raise an error. Clear? So anyway, so just what is the difference between where, let, const? So నేను ఇక్కడ నుంచే differences చెప్తాను ఓకేనా ఓకే నో ఇష్యూ సో where is introduced in old version of JS. Okay, so where keyword is introduced in first whenever JavaScript is introduced, on the time only where keyword has been introduced. Okay, so when coming to the let and const introduced in ES6. Okay, ఇంక నుంచి ES6 అంటే advanced JavaScript. Okay, so let and const are introduced in ES6 when we're coming to the where keyword, it has been introduced in older version of JavaScript. Okay. Yeah. So what is difference between where, let, const? Definitely interview adutaru. Okay. So first we need to explain. So these are the three keywords used in JavaScript to declare variables. Okay. So where, let, const are the three keywords we are going to use to declare variables in JavaScript. So where is introduced in earlier version. Okay, so before ES6. But when coming to the let and const are introduced in ES6. Okay, so advanced JavaScript lo let and const introduced chesaru. So the basic difference between where, let, const is whenever we have created a variable with where keyword, so it will support redeclaration and reassignment. Okay, so when coming to the let, it will support reassignment, but it won't support redeclaration. Const is fixed. Okay, so it won't support redeclaration and reassignment. Clear? Yeah. Any doubts till this point? Any doubts? What are left? Okay, so till this point it is fine. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to work with data types. Okay. So before that, there will be few objects. Okay, so properties or methods. Okay. So this particular console. So I've discussed చేసుకొని data types discuss చేసుకున్నాం. So whatever we have discussed today, so is it okay? అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ఆన్లైన్
Yes, sir.